At first I was like, they were playing the wrong trailer one time. But I think what they're doing,
My queen.
go back to the beginning,
You were
playing
right.
it all the way through.
My queen. The Guardian was the key. You were
Kind
right.
of cool to watch some of this stuff.
The Guardian was the key. For the first time, the whispers are silent. For the first time, the whispers are silent. It is done.
Doing something.
I have accepted my fate. I have accepted my fate. I will not fail.
Okay, I think I got it. So I was playing it on the browser, which I don't. Let's play it. Yeah, I got it. My problem was I didn't have the desktop audio, because when I tried to shut off I stopped it on the browser, but I didn't have the desktop audio set up. So when I shut it off in the browser, we're good now, ladies and gentlemen. Good. Back. I brought a veil.
Cora, if you tell me this is a practical joke, well, it kills me to say it, but I would be really impressed.
Impressing you, Cade, is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
Let's get serious, people.
Zavala, this is my serious face. Can't you tell?
Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense systems.
And comms have been spotty for the last few hours. Every sensor beyond the wall has gone dark.
Maybe it's just the storm. Maybe it's... What are the set feeds telling us?
Nothing.
Well, that's good, right?
No. I mean, they're not there. There are no satellites.
And that's not good.
Alright, now talk.
Battle stations!
I am a guy.
Yeah, I didn't have you.
Everyone with me, now!
Alright, well, how are you doing on your end?
Going through old clips and videos.
Hang on!
So I will be doing my stuff here in about 10 minutes. I do not have that kick stuff set up just yet, so I might just do it on Twitch for right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I haven't looked at. I know they updated kick stuff. But probably do a run this week. I'm just doing YouTube right now.
Gotcha.
Speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, welcome in. Bill and I are here chatting. We are watching all of the cutscenes from like the entire history of Destiny 2. Now we're up to the Red War, which if you don't know and you just joined the game in the last season or in Witch Queen, it used to be in the game. It's not anymore. There's the Red War. It used to be the beginning of Destiny 2. And this told the story of Gaul, which is a badass Cabal villain that ended up we stomped his ass. And
Not before he stomped us first.
it told the story of the Speaker, which if you didn't play D1, then he died. And then it tells the story of us losing our lights. Get it back. Hmm. 35 minutes to the showcase. Oh yeah, this shows us their first look at the pyramid ships. The darkness.
What we consider the darkness.
Now I don't even know
Back
anymore,
then.
dude.
Back then, it was what we consider the darkness, but it wasn't. It was the fleet of the Witness.
Yeah. Oh, now we're moving to Curse of Osiris. And War Mines. They skipped right past those. They didn't even show. So Forsaken, everybody. So this is when we lost Cade 6. And if you've been watching some of the trailers recently, we're supposed to get him back in some form somewhere. But this is where he died. And this was a fantastic campaign. Lots of cool stuff was introduced here. We got the other supers for our light subclass.
You see that, Petra? Petra?
Isn't this where we got
Must have knocked out the comm relays with that spin.
isn't this where we got the well?
The what well?
And
Like
cue
the
the
warlock.
ominous music. Okay,
What's,
everybody.
I forget what supers
in
were
your
introduced in
cases.
Forsaken. I'm old, I can't remember these things.
No, I think we were introduced
in
to
your cages.
in Forsaken. We were into Chaos Reach.
Yeah. Oh, well no, we had one free subclass, didn't we?
Yeah, but no, the first one was Chaos Reach because
You're gonna make me
we
look
had
this up.
Dawnblade.
You're gonna make me look
We
this
had
up.
Dawnblade, we had Dawnblade, and we had Well of Radiant for Warlock. And then Nova Warp was introduced
Yeah,
after
right.
Chaos Reach. Because the only, I think, arc super that we had for Warlock was
Sorry.
Spirit
Not
Fingers. What was it called? What's it called?
The spirit finger?
The Spirit Fingers.
Tingle
the
Finger?
electricity. Yeah, the Tingle Fingers.
Bill, we're getting old,
yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, I know. I haven't played in a while. I've been focused on other stuff. But for the people that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And then, yeah, because we had Cataclysm and Vortex for,
So for hunters, we had Blade Rush, Spectral Blade, and Whirlwind Guard. For warlocks, we had Nova Warp, Chaos. And we got Well of Radiance and Forsaken. We did not have Well of Radiance. Yep.
oh, okay.
And then we had Thundercraft,
That's it.
Burning Maul, and Banner Shield.
Now I'm pissed.
So Well of Radiance did not come until Forsaken.
That's right, because it was taken away because they redid Well of Radiance from D1 to D2 because Well of Radiance had a aspect where we were able to revive
Is that
stuff.
really all you got?
That was basically a cheat in D2. Would be a cheat in D2.
Would be. Now it's nothing.
Now it's not.
Now it's...
What did the Titans have? The Titans had that one exotic chess piece for art. I believe it was. It was like blue and it had like little cylinder looking things coming out of it and it had like a circle
Coming home.
kind of type deal on the chest part of it.
For which character?
The Titan. It was like light blue.
Are you talking like
Light
D1?
blue. Yeah, D1. D1 is.
Oh, wrong.
I remember.
What did it do?
I forgot. It was a chest piece for the Titan. It was light blue with like a decal of something on the chest part of it, and it was like kind of circular looking type deal. And it had like cylinders
This is
around
awkward, huh?
like the shoulder
You
part,
gotta
I
come to
believe it
borrow.
was, or toward like
No,
the back
but
near
I
the neck
do
part.
have a
I don't
bullet
remember. It's
with
been a long
your
time.
name on it.
Yeah.
Any second
I
now,
remember
my
it was a
partner.
really good
Just roll
exotic
in
piece
here.
though for the Titan, and I
Give
think it had to
every
do with art.
last one of you.
Great.
And you.
I'm gonna have to freaking look it up. It's gonna bug me. Yeah, it's gonna bug me. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
This is going to hurt. Unlocked. Any last words?
How's your sister?
How's yours?
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, now we're talking to the reflection of ourselves. Was this supposed to be the witness? Remember that when we were talking to her in the garden?
Yeah. I don't remember if that
I
was
think
like
it
a
is.
witness.
I think it was supposed to be like a projector witness.
I think it was. In the
We
projection
have
of
heard
us.
your
I
cries.
think that was the first
friend.
time we've ever heard our
And
character
soon we will
talk.
answer.
What, in D2?
Yep.
Who are you?
Yeah, I know we didn't
Don't
talk
you
very much.
recognize us?
Ah,
We are not
here we go.
your friend.
Twilight Garrison.
We are not.
Oh, yeah, they
your
said they were.
enemy.
No.
We
The one
are
you do like air dodges.
Yeah.
salvation.
Kind of like where's that?
I believe. That more. Granted, the machine. This item is granted by.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We have less than 30 minutes till the showcase. Currently, Bungie put on this this timeline of all the events up from D1 all the way to D2, and we currently are just past Forsaken. Now we're talking about the pyramid ships coming into our solar system.
Press the button while airborne.
And this is when Rasputin was taken offline originally. When we got the quest for the shotgun. Shot package, what's the name of that shotgun?
You talking about the shotgun that if you aim down,
Yeah.
it's like a slug, but if you aim from the hip, it's a
No,
spread
not
shot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Exotic.
Oh, not too bad.
It was a menace in PvP.
Oh, okay.
Aggressive frame.
Yeah. Good luck with me trying to remember it. Alright, I'm getting out of this.
Oh.
Ah, yeah. Is the showcase on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, it is on YouTube. Okay. Huh, guess I'll watch your live then.
You're gonna watch me? What up? Serious.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can tell me how the volume is. I have the actual audio video cam.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're in Beyond Light. Europa.
I believe this was our first look on Stasis.
Yep. This is pretty cool though. They actually made this whole hour of getting caught up. A lot of content to catch up on. I don't know if you're just jumping into the game now.
Right.
All this stuff. All story. I would tell anybody that wants to jump into Destiny 2 and has the option, play Destiny 1 first. At least play through, you know, at least get through the main campaign. Take King even.
I say get it all.
No, I would do it. I will go back and
more.
I'll go back and do it now. There's some days I'd rather log into Destiny.
This
Right.
is what I brought you here to see.
But what is it? I just playing D2 and then getting into D1. It's gonna be very, very weird.
Well, yeah. E1 is difficult at times because you don't have all the subclass 3.0s, whatever. You don't have a rift. You don't have a well. You don't have a barricade. You have a hunter god.
Even with the hunt.
Chosen Splicer. Lost was pretty cool too. I like the going into the other realm. It was like it felt like going into like mini dungeons.
You talking about
Where we helped Marasov when we went into like the other realm.
yeah.
Kind of like Green City style. We have a thick.
Yeah. Is that what the sea?
I saw the end before it happened.
And I want to say for those who
My own death,
want to get into the story
brought
of
on by the separation
Zapathun,
from my power.
like there is a big compelling story
his final
on
moments,
how Zapathun's race, the Hive, was actually supposed to be the first light bearers before us.
Hello, old friend. I've chased
Well, the
you
Traveler
for a
went to many
long
different
time. First as an
civilizations and did pretty much the same
as a
thing.
collector.
Or not? Yeah.
Mm.
Because look at The Witness, the cutscene that was released with the season. Look at his people. You know, the Traveler was like underground and popped up out of the ground.
Devotion inspires.
Yeah, something like that.
And they got like this golden age, like the Fallen got the same thing, the Hive.
And sacrifice.
Yeah, but the Hive was actually supposed to be the light bearers before us. That's right. Not the first, but the light bearers before us. And because they were deceived by, what was it, the Hive gods? Whatever, telling them to go below. So the Hive race was not present for the Traveler. And the Traveler thought that the Hive were gone. And then so the Traveler decided to leave. And was told a lie that this was supposed to be a cataclysm or the ruin, extinction pretty much of the Hive. So instead of the Traveler giving them the light, Traveler went on and found us.
Hear it. Because now the world
Wow, we got 20 minutes.
begins.
What do we got left? We got all of the Witch Queen DLC, and then we got
then we got
Lightfall.
Lightfall. Yeah.
It's nice to go back and watch some of this stuff because you know you forget some of the like this scene right here. Like yeah, her ghost is still alive and she's coming back apparently in some capacity this season.
Don't know if it's this season.
Well,
I think
mean
it might be
that's
next season after.
Well, look at the armor.
So,
Did you see the armor? That
was dead?
No.
no. It's very hive slash like tree of silver wings themed.
Oh, I did see. Yeah, I did see like the cutscene.
Sorry, your
for
Titan
the-
looks like
I
butt.
wouldn't have believed it either,
But
Warlock
why
looks
would she
pretty
need
dope.
us
I'm
to
trying to say.
recover her
Titan
memories
looks like
if she never lost them in the first place.
it's like I am Groot.
This has to be a trick. A lie to force into surrendering the traveler.
That's what I want you to say. You're gonna swing your lament and you're gonna say I am Groot.
I am Groot.
This has been the traveler's approach from the beginning.
No, I gotta
books
run
of
the
sorrow detail
dungeon, the new
many
dungeon that came
civilizations
out. I gotta run
at
that
light,
about
then abandoned.
however many times until I get the helmet.
Propaganda.
The fallen
Still need
tell
to do
the
that.
same
Other
story.
than that, I think
When the witness and
We
its
did
brother
yesterday.
came
We
to
finished the
call,
master
the traveler moved
dungeon.
on to our system.
yeah.
Sacrificed
pretty
itself to
nuts.
save humanity
Yeah,
from
the
the
other
same
two,
forces. Forces
Yeah,
which
I did not
included
get
Valhalla.
I didn't get the rank 11 done. I didn't get the solo done.
After all
I
that,
just didn't have the time. I ran out of
why
time
would the
this last
traveler
couple
give
weeks.
our worst enemy?
Yeah, my time's getting short too.
But I'm looking forward to see what the raid is. I think the raid's out Friday, right?
Yeah, the
don't
news
know
for
why
Destiny and
the
stuff like that
Traveler
is
gave
just beyond me because
Maybe
I
it has
don't know,
changed
I guess
its
it's
mind
kinda-
about Guardians.
We'll see in the showcase
Maybe
for
it's
sure,
not as
but yeah,
infallible as we once believed.
I'm excited for that. Even if it's supposed I mean everybody's saying it's Crota, so
Crota.
I don't
I mean, that was
And it
a
doesn't
raid, but if they
they're
Because
gonna
I'm
add
here to
they're gonna
protect
add stuff
humanity.
to it. I'm sure
Yeah,
they're-
obviously.
Savathun takes the
They're the same thing they did with,
we lose our light, along with
Taken
any
King.
hope for surviving the witness's
Yeah.
return.
Well, they
Yeah,
they
right.
added stuff to Volta Glass, or they
Whatever it
changed
Yeah,
stuff
that
to
too.
Volta Glass, and then they added stuff to
We will do.
King's Fall.
The Kings, yeah, the Kings
Alright.
raid, yeah.
How do we stop this?
So
I think that Crota's fits in better with
I'm
what's
not
gonna
sure
be happening.
yet,
in this.
theme.
Yeah.
but I know.
I
we'll
really
find
want
out.
to see Siva come back. I think we may see Siva maybe in the next, maybe
Last
final
season.
shape. Yeah. Or the last season.
maybe. Who knows?
Well, no. So we get a dungeon next season. We get the raid for final shape in a year. So the second season of
Isn't this
final shape,
interesting?
we might.
I miscalculated. So did you, Guardian. So protective of your traveler
You know,
that you wouldn't let me keep it safe. But the
to me,
witness
everything that we've done,
is
we just screwed
coming.
ourselves over and over
The
again.
game is yours to play.
Well, I think we
now.
got influenced by a lot of
Yours to win
different sources.
or lose.
Mm. We're just the foot soldier at this point. The powerful
Just don't say.
foot soldier.
I didn't warn you.
I mean, because I've
Yeah.
yet to see Ikora wield stasis. I mean, she can obviously ditch out like 3 supers at one time.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
she can roll out a chaos reach and then no bomb
Right.
at the same time. But no, I think that was because Eris was the dark subclass,
No.
right?
Where did her ghost go?
I believe it was
Guardian,
Eris.
I just got the message.
Oh,
The
Drifter
traveler is
also, I
back
believe.
in the last
Did he
city.
wield stasis in that one cutscene when we were introduced
Is
to it?
Savathun
I know Eris did.
She's
And I
dead,
know
Yeah.
the Stranger did,
but her ghost got away.
but I can't remember
Good
if
enough.
Drifter did as
Hold
well.
your
Because I know he's
The
a.
hidden are coming to
A
secure
lot of people
the
thought that he
remains.
was like a hunter or something like that, but it turns out he was like a warlock.
You did the right
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I always.
Yeah.
Now what?
So,
We prepare for the witness.
yeah,
And stop the next collapse.
he might have.
Yeah.
So I think those are the only 3 so far that has wielded darkness outside of like who we know, like Commander Zavala, Ikora. Oh.
Here we go. Here's the whip.
This is how we got our first look at the witness, who we're really up
This
against.
was a badass cutscene. This like sent chills down.
You know, this was like the end all kind of ideal. Like, oh my god, this dude is like, this dude is it. This dude is like the massive Mac Daddy of destruction.
I think unfortunately they just did Lightfall. They tried to do something. I don't know what they were trying to do.
They were overselling it. They were doing too much.
Well, I think that what happened is they originally was just going to be the final shape, and that was going to be the last thing, and then they realized, well, we can stretch this out. So they took Strand out of Witch Queen. Because you see in Witch Queen, there's so many like things that allude to the Strand, the symbols on the armor, like the seasonal armor or the DLC armor or whatever. So I think they took it and they split it up, and then they just made some crazy BS story for Lightfall and introduce Strand.
Prison, Haunted, Plunder, Seraph. I think Seraph was like one of the best seasons.
Seraph?
From that year, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, Seraph was good.
Plunder was crap.
Haunted was okay, but it was a little too grindy. It's kind of where I started like really feeling the fatigue. This was good though. This when the Soul Seraph thing, the Traveler going up in the air. We all thought, well, shit, he's fucking leaving us. He's out.
This is where everyone second guessed.
I think, yeah.
Second guessed everything.
It's happening again.
Yeah, because the Fallen had already experienced this.
Right, the whirlwind.
Don't worry.
They called
the
it.
Great Machine will never abandon anyone again.
And it was just so crazy to see this point of view, and then it flipped, and it was like this.
Right.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, so they had this whole thing planned out from the beginning.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they had a general idea where they wanted to go with the story.
The Traveler
Little things change over time.
The Warsats.
Aramis, please do not do this. If you care at all for our people, if there is anything left in your heart.
Sleeper Daddy.
I want that version.
Right. I think only Titans can wield that power.
Make it known your pain.
I don't even need to ask what character you're going on season.
Oh no, you don't.
But you didn't ask. You didn't ask me though.
I know you're going in and Warlock.
Actually, I'm not.
I'm wrong. Oh, you're not? I am wrong. Okay, so
I'm going in Titan, baby.
Oh, okay.
Hollow Fire Heart.
Oh, is there some kind of thing with?
Yeah, basically they're taking back all the stuff they've nerfed with like sunspots and crap. So Hollow Fire Heart.
Unnerfing?
Yeah, they're unnerfing like the what do you call when you get the sunspots? We used to get a bonus with the sunspots. It's Hollow-Fire Hearts, or a couple of the big ones. There's some that are like they or they're doing something with like Foe Tracer. Hollow-Fire Heart, Lucky Raspberry for the Hunter, and then Geomags are giving some of their stuff back.
Because it has nowhere else to run.
Those are the three classes. Season of Sarah and Lightfall was crap.
Yeah, I think they were
booty. It was booty cheeks. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, some of the campaign was okay. It was.
I think the campaign was probably the best of it.
Well, not like some of the campaign. So they keep like people keep saying if you take this cutscene right here and splice it together with the ending cutscene, like this whole thing could have been one big cutscene. Like they just like split it unnecessarily, and they put a bunch of crap in the middle. You know what I mean? Yeah. They made a shit Oreo. I'm just saying. And they made a whole campaign based around introducing Strand, which was cool. I think Strand was the best part of it. But, yeah. Oh, rest in peace, Lance. I'm kind of interested to hear what Keith David how he's gonna interpret that.
Oh, dude, I've seen like what is it from like what's it called? TikTok.
Yeah.
How they were putting like his voice over
his
on
voice
lines
like from other movies and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I can see it. I can see it.
I think it'll be a good fit, and I'm glad that they're leaving Lance's voice lines in the game, because I think he still had some. So we heard so was it this season we heard the last voice line that he recorded?
The witness.
No. So they said, Bungie said that he still has some voice lines into.
Yeah, but the one that we
shape.
heard is the last one he recorded. He previously recorded stuff for the rest of the year.
He had voice recordings for even Final Shape.
Yeah, but he recorded all those, and then they had to go back and record something for the season. So that is the last voice recording he did.
Oh, one of the last. Yeah.
That is the last one he did. He had recorded all the lines, so they already have Final Shit. Like they already have all this content.
Yeah. Yeah, he has some.
And if I'm wrong on that, anybody can correct me. That's just from my understanding.
That was just from what I've heard. Was that he had already recorded some lines into Final Shape. I think like the second season in.
Got 8 minutes. So this is the part I didn't understand most of this, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Like, why did the pyramids make a shape around the traveler like that? Why does it look like Sagira's shell?
So a lot of people said that it looked like Sagira's shell and stuff like that, and I do agree, just by the way that the pyramids pretty much align themselves around the traveler.
Yeah.
But I think it was just more of like a cage, and obviously, his ship being triangle.
Like and then and then this scene right here, I was totally lost. Like our ghost is floating up in there, and then all of a sudden, like Nimbus comes down and grabs. I don't know.
Yeah, so from the thing that the witness tries. The witness is like partially of the traveler or something like that, because they're still connected, pretty much, of being a light bearer from way ago. So, and the witness amplify, obviously powered by darkness and stuff like that, so it's still somewhat linked.
What's wrong, Osiris?
And the witness was able to control our ghost as if it was like a small little beacon.
Yeah.
And that's when it makes the connection right here. And then Nimbus, only thing he did was just disrupt that connection by, you know, taking it out of the Veil's light that we see here. And that was it.
Basta.
An old friend of ours.
And basically Bungie said that they made a default weapon because they were basically, they want to, like, they're gonna make all these cutscenes and put them up, like they're streaming them pretty much, like as available content. So they just made a default character with a default weapon. That was the weapon.
What just happened?
It was basically our default weapon because the first weapon you get when you wake up as a guardian was that weapon.
I don't know, man. Look at all the other cutscenes that we've watched with our personal characters,
Zavala.
with the weapons that we are holding. You know, like, I don't know. I think it's a cop out.
Maybe. I think, yeah, maybe that sounds.
But now looking at
like
this,
Bungie.
I guess I understand, because now I'm seeing all this. Like, this is all the scenes in the game's entire, like, so far, minus the little seasonal. You know, there's some seasonal stuff they didn't include, but this is every major event that's happened in almost 10 years.
Right.
So I get the idea of what they're doing. They just want to make a default, like, guardian to kind of tell the story.
Right. A default guardian. We did have a default guardian. He got sliced into pieces.
Yep. Well, yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look like Segura?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But Segura had 3. What was it? 3 on one side, 3 on the other, making 6.
You gotta be technical about it.
I'm just saying. I mean, if we go for the technicality of the what and where and why, obviously the resemblance and everything like that. But if we're going with the technicality of what and where.
Okay, so Lightfall. Defiance wasn't bad. Season of the Deep, I didn't mind some of the stuff, like the dungeon was cool. They added in all the storylines from that Veil containment thing, which should have been in the story. Like, they should have been in the Lightfall. Like,
right.
Have you looked or heard some of the lore from that?
I did read some of it.
Did you hear about the Myra Sundaresh, like, Lakshmi was a copy of her? And how they got to Niamuna in the first place? Like, yeah.
All attempts to function.
Yeah, I did hear, or I did see some of that.
I don't know. I feel like some of that should have been delivered within the DLC itself.
All right.
Because the seasonal stuff is contained. Here we go. Redacted, final shape.
Redacted, final shape.
Oh.
And then, the ending? What's the ending?
Journey continues. Yep. Oh, here we go. This is awesome.
In memoriam? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that
you
brings
better
some
put
feels.
that in there.
That brings some feels. Bad Bungie.
Forever our commander.
Peace, sir.
I've seen terrible things born out in the darkness. Every moment brings them closer.
Oh my gosh, where are we?
This was the ending. This is everyone that had, like, big moments of this.
Battle stations.
I say they need to bring the Red War campaign back in some capacity. That needs to be the intro for the game.
You know, I actually made a video from this and stuff. Not like an actual video, but I did make a video of how the Traveler was damaged and then, you know, healed itself and then threw out that explosion of light. And that's how we got the, I actually made a video. That's when I was going through my videos earlier, captures and stuff like that. There's like like big moments from D2 and stuff like that where I was able to capture that moment in some voice lines, stuff like that from Eris Morn and Argos.
What is he doing? No way!
Oh my god, Russ!
The reveal of Kate.
Alright, here we go.
Let's do it.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Like many of you, I've been playing games as long as I can remember. They're a core part of what makes me who I am. I believe there's this deeply rooted, often unstated mission of games to keep adventure alive. In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened on a desolate planet. A silent god set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us. Over the years, our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus, hunting a machine god that controlled time itself. They'd invent ways to combine their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning in the halls of an ancient city where only a select few emerged victorious at dawn, clutching the heart of a dragon. But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family into this world and together meet new faces on this adventure.
I remember
who would become lifelong
these
companions.
scenes. Actually,
Now,
like live.
Together, we approach the final shape. We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes. In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler. The journey will be difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or are looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world, a vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open. So today is your invitation to go forth and adventure.
Totally hyper that nothing.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back. Why you were chosen. The truth is, I didn't know then. It was just a feeling. But I know now. After all we've seen, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you, one last time.
Yo, really?
Rise.
Yo. was that a void axe that I saw with that Titan's
I
head?
think I
This
saw
is a
that.
momentous time in Destiny history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that as a developer, you just don't get very often.
Guardians and allies are fighting the biggest threat that the universe has ever seen in this big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that like makes you feel nostalgic for the entire journey you've been on.
When we were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help. And it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the pale heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
The Witness has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it. The pale heart of the Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure is not an option.
We're gonna need the Vanguard, all of our allies, and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of Oblivion.
In the final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our Ghost, get to reconnect with Cade 6. So, like, while there's this great conflict and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
In the final shape, we're going through the portal that the Witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler is this infinite, vast, unknowable, and we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
The Pale Heart is weird. It's a little strange. It makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
The Witness entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating the world in front of you as it saw on your journey.
One of the most memorable locales from Destiny's past is the D1 Tower. It's really a labor of love from the Destiny team. The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
The Pale Heart is
the Traveler, there's
our very first linear destination that we've ever done. I would love it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety. and feel it
Wonder if that's the new
escalate
social
in
space.
danger, in surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that are more and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel alone. You feel like you are not the force to be reckoned with that you have been. You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
One of the things that we really tried to also capture is that the Witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies, the Subjugators.
Subjugators are the new unit you're going to be facing in the final shape.
Oh.
They have an enhanced power set. They're performing stasis powers and strand powers to face the Guardian, while in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
They bring something entirely new to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of
Right, we
control.
thought fucking light
They're
bearers
back
were a
there
fucking
pinging
problem.
away with stasis abilities, throwing crystals at you, freezing you in place, tangling you up.
Dark powers compared to what the Hive use. The light.
We're focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign. It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cade.
The campaign is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination. And so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
This is gonna be huge, man.
The campaign in the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission. The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the Witness, you're going to do that in the raid. But that might not be enough. This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to overcome the final shape and the Witness.
"24 players against the Witness."
In the final shape, we are inside the Traveler, very close to this energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity. There is this thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds. The Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles going off, doubling the amount of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character, bounces off, and goes to another one. And you're so overflowing with this energy that you are also giving it to your allies, allowing them to have their solar weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect, when I cast my Rift, it is going to create this little solar soul that when it sees an enemy, it launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive.
Okay, I like it.
Twilight
Arsenal. Okay, I'm loving it so far. Okay.
It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it, summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And when these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy and enemies in, and then but that doesn't destroy the axe. The axe sticks around, and you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start wailing on enemies with it.
This super is insane.
Everyone gets to use it. No way.
I press and hold my grenade button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
The Hunter Arc Super.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The Hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife, and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position, do the slash that just decimates anyone nearby.
One really great thing about that is not just you do it once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time you do it.
The Hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're playing a fighting game, right? Like these
like how they're
combos that
letting
you're
it
chaining together to do these different moves. It like
too.
takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know? Like that instantaneous. Like,
that was good, but I think it's more like
is like a beneficial.
You know?
I like it. I like it.
Beneficial to your teammates as well, instead of just you.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It has the really intriguing property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout. Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile. It's a really special weapon.
What's the one specific exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could harness the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels unique in Destiny 2.
We have to bring Kvastov into the fold.
The Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's Breath. Burn the world, burn it all. In the final shape, we have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really, like, bordering on exotic functionality. So, for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily. We always liked the special ammo sidearms. This fires tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very hard, do a bit of AoE damage. They have a mixture of regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto rifle is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies. I'm really excited to bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
The weapons team is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
Come on, take a load off.
Okay, note that they say few years.
This place is only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so. I'm back! Hey, you two, give me a sec. I was magnificent. This is great. Anyone want a hug? Get your rock off my map. Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Well, better get back to it.
In this moment where we're driving to the end of the Light and Darkness saga, it's great to see Cade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Cade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cade goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst for the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cade here alongside his friends to finish the job.
Once we started digging into the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that crystallized Cade's role as a guide. Cade is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Cade is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always been his job. It just feels so natural for Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing to just see him slip back into the role like without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cade's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Cade's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group. I think is going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now. Wherever the hell here is.
Guardian, the Witness poses a dire threat. And the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek. But only if we contend with her sister, Xivu Araf. It rests with me. Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
Bring me your tithes.
You now wield hive magic and have entwined it with your light. Assault the Spire, Guardian, and open the way to our tides. Let them know fear. The death of whispers, and they do whisper. Fight in my name, Guardian. Every opponent you defeat strengthens me. My
No, that's suspicious. Every enemy you defeat strengthens me. No, that's sus, yo.
Let us show her what it is to be Hive. You have sounded the horn of battle! You are deserving of the greatest death I can bestow.
The Witch.
Season of the Witch.
The Season of the Witch is our opportunity as players. We've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost. Imaru's like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first, and that bigger problem's name is Xivu Araf. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's
idea.
a wild ass idea, yeah. She determines like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We are channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like be like Savathun? And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Heiress. We wanted to extend that magical fantasy into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers. It's this magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your Buildcraft meta and with buffs and the activities.
They can then choose these cards at will, whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the build crafting.
You actually are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I'm such a sucker for deck building. Like being able to like bring that element into Destiny gameplay has just been like, oh, chess.
Yeah,
is
it's
really
super
good.
Magic the Gathering now.
That's what to say.
All right, okay.
So we've got 2 brand new seasonal activities coming with Season of the Witch. We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun's Spire.
Savathun's Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with the Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun. The Altar of Summoning's activity is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
We really wanted to make sure that there was a home for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year has passed. And so we developed what we're calling the Exotic Mission Rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the content the fans and players of Destiny love the most. The most exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable. With Season of the Witch, we have a brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch of really tight gameplay experiences. We wanted to make sure that we focus the combat a little bit more. With the new Vex network map, we really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey, you're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep sight lines that you're interacting with. And a lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're orienting around.
And there's also some modes coming too, right?
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so it's not just one like the Scorch game mode from the past. So we've got the shield coming from Vault of Glass, we've got the spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we've got the scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so you're gonna be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a lot more tactical gameplay. It's all about running around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
I will take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty Hivey this season, obviously. There's something in the air. And so when thinking about like, what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit this very Hivey season, there's only one answer.
Throw it up.
I have
There's his oversoul. Yep.
I've called a god.
Ooh, eating the neon light armor?
That's badass.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh, and that auto rifle.
Oh, Necrochasm. I did love that.
Dude, this is
What
gonna
was
be
it,
badass
SCP?
in this game. You know that.
Oh, definitely.
Dude.
Ooh, the ring.
Heading into the final shape, we really want to rally all Guardians at the end of the Light and Darkness saga We want to reduce those power barriers as well as catch people up on key story beats and make sure that they have a really great and easy time connecting with other players. In the final shape, we're trying to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand, and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter kind of what power level you are going into it, you're always going to be able to approach it. There's still going to be tiers of difficulty that you can do, things that are just meant to be experienced a certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes that will still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play any dungeons and raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level. The person with the highest power in your fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their power level, which means that there's no barriers really for any other Guardian to join you in this high-level content.
When it's combined with Fireteam Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all regardless of the power level of you and the rest of the people in your fire team.
Fireteam Finder is the new feature that's coming in Season 23, aimed at helping connect and find other people to complete the best and most aspirational content in Destiny. We have a tag system that allows players to be able to say, well, this is my play style. I'm really chill. I'm anti-sweat. I'm just really here to have a good time. Exactly.
Tags really allows players to show a little bit more personality, show a little bit more about what they're about. I think what's really great about it is with this launch, we're also looking at including inclusion tags.
As an example, one of the inclusion tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags will bring players closer to finding their community and even closer to the people that they're playing with. So once a listing goes live, players will be put into a listing lobby where players can gather, they can communicate with each other. So we wanted to make it as convenient and as easy as possible for players to not just sit and stare at a screen for a long time while their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer who's typically more solo, I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that anxiety and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection. The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done is we've went back to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats within our story. We are going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for Beyond Light, as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
The neat thing about these missions is they're not going to be like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened, and here are the people you met along the way.
A really big one that's really timely for Final Shape is Cade's last stand from Forsaken. This is a moment that a lot of players, new and old, are going to come back to Destiny. I think this is just the right time to introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
Red War, reprised again.
We're reaching the end of this 10-year journey. What comes next?
The episodes, and the new way we're going to tell stories moving forward.
What's really important about episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes. And so the first 3 episodes in this coming year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. It's coming right after the final shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the final shape. I think what's really the cornerstone of the episode model that we're building is the 3-act structure. The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce new weapons, new artifact mods, new activities. There's gonna be new missions coming around the core. There'll be new story moments in every single one of these acts. We're actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the Final Shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
These new stories are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience, whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons, more loot, more often. And it really provides the team with a platform to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do with this kind of new platform of storytelling. Episodes provides this awesome foundation for the future of Destiny.
Yeah.
We're moving into the next stage of Destiny 2. I think some people look at the Final Shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new, innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
What makes a guardian a guardian? Devotion, bravery, sacrifice. We know that we were chosen for a reason, by something greater than ourselves.
Guardian. Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are forged and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead. We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery.
Bravery inspires sacrifice.
Sacrifice leads to death.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Let's cross it together.
There are things out in the dark that only the dark can overcome. Trust me.
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity. Our purpose is its end.
This time, there is no escape.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting year for Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting, a fire team racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse of how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the Final Shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new activities, and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends to jump into the game and get up to speed on what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End is going to join the ranks of our aspirational content. I can't wait to see you all in the throne world as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
Do not be afraid.
Bring me your tithes.
After all these years,
No, dude.
all we've lost. This fight might be our last. So I'm asking you to rise. One last time.
I don't know, man.
Collector's edition.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
When we create a collector's edition, we try and recreate items from the universe for players to enjoy outside of the game. So this year we're doing a Destiny 1 tower. We really tried to work hard at thinking about 10 years of Destiny and how best to encapsulate that experience.
Even as the game dev who've worked on it since day one, like I think having it be the tower is super exciting for us because it's going to kind of catalog your journey of a player from when you first started playing Destiny all the way to now. The tower, it's kind of like the beacon in which you're a place you can call home.
They just buy
you get the
ways
tower,
and ways and many
then
other
there
ways
are
to get my
actual
money.
figures of the Vanguard mentors that accompany that architectural model.
There's a lot of like hidden messages and hidden things.
There's gonna be some fun surprises. We're always trying to push the envelope. And so we've been playing a lot with magnetic locks and sound effects, and lights,
Oh my
just sort of
goodness. How
make
much is
this
this damn thing
experience
gonna be?
as a whole
300.
really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol
Just
of
the
Destiny.
cover.
I'm so excited for it.
I know. Come on.
Me too.
It looks badass. Though. I'm not lying. I got a place for it.
Pre-order now. Oh, that's on the 27th. Next year, February 27th, 24.
Take me.
Right. Just take it. All right. So. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Hey.
All right. Well, guess we're just waiting. Are you sticking around to see if we can get into the season, or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna let the dogs out real quick. Ready? Oh.
Okay.
Nope. I'm not.
Oh, nope.
Close
Never mind.
Oh shit! I was starting soon. Okay. I'm gonna let the dogs out though. I'll be right back.
Yep. No, man, no, I gotta take a whiz.
Miss anything yet? Like we're waiting for a post show and then try to log in and at least check out the season, see what's happening.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take a whiz.
Oh, you're good. We're just waiting for this post show thing.
Sounds like.
So I'm guessing this is where they answer some questions.
Probably, yeah.
Hello, Guardians. Welcome to the post-show stream. My name is Taylor Liz. I am a Destiny 2 player and content creator. I'm excited to be here live at Bungie. We're gonna have 2 segments for you today. A little later in the show, I'll be playing through the brand new Season of the Witch content with my good friend, Pika Peach. Right now, let's sit down with Bungie developers to talk more about what we just saw and what's next for the future of Destiny 2. Pika, over to you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. My name is Pika, and I'm also a content creator and Destiny 2 fan. You can often find Taylor and I playing together in some sort of challenge in-game. I'm beyond honored to be sitting down with everyone here today, so let's do some more introductions.
Thank you, Pika. It's great to have you here. Hi, my name is Cosmo. I'm the lead community role here at Bungie, and my role is supporting our amazing community team and all the great work they do, helping prepare weekly check-ins and sending info out to our players. I'm going to be teaming up with Pika today, and we're going to be asking some of these guys some questions and go over some of the things that we didn't get to cover in the showcase. So, yeah, Dan?
Yeah, thanks. I'm Dan McAuliffe. I'm the general manager for Destiny 2. And that mostly means that I get to support all the amazing talent that makes this game. So thanks for sitting down with us today.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
I'm Joe. I'm the game director on Destiny 2. And actually, while Taylor and Liz were doing the intro, I was hiding behind a pillar for the last 10 seconds. So y'all can like roll back the VOD and see if I did a good job or not.
Awesome. So let's get into some questions. As a player, what are you guys most hyped about regarding the final shape and beyond? Anything specific you can call out?
For me, I'm really excited about the story. I mean, this is going to be like the epic conclusion to the Light and Darkness saga. Like, players are finally going to get to go into the Traveler, confront the Witness. Like, the stakes have never been higher. I'm just really excited to get to watch everybody play it out as soon as they can. Can we make it live right now?
I don't think so.
I tried. Anyway, what about you, Dan?
Oh, for me, I mean, it's a lot about the supers, right? Like, I just think we have this ability with these supers coming out to shift the meta in a really exciting way. And like, I just haven't played through them.
Did it freeze on you? Are you still there?
Yeah, it looks like it's doing loading.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sucks. Hi.
Oh, that's the post show.
That's it. It's over. Post show. Post show.
All right.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. Yep. I'm probably gonna hop out of here and see what Destiny is doing right now.
What's Destiny doing here?
Jumping on right now to see
if the update's even available.
Yeah.
Now you're broadcasting.
Yep. Now I am. One moment, please. Due to increased traffic, login services at SN2 are currently being throttled. Because everyone now is excited to get into the season of the witch.
Hyped. Everybody's hyped now.
The hype.
The hype a train.
What sucks is that when Proto's End raid gets brought back on September 1st, that is the early access point or day for Starfield, and sucks because I'm not sure if I want to play Crota's End raid or I want to play the first day of Starfield. So decisions.
Yep.
I just hope that we have the players for that raid.
Well, I've got some players in another group. So definitely. We can definitely use you.
Yes, I will definitely be in it for that.
Yeah. I'll have to look at my schedule because it's on a Friday. It's next Friday, right? The 1st.
Yeah, it's on the 1st, so.
Okay. So I have to look at my schedule next Friday. Oh yeah, I have some classes at home to do. I started a new program. I'm doing
okay.
I'm
How we
doing
doing,
classes
guys?
like hybrid.
It's good to see everybody. I haven't seen you guys since last year.
Previously on Destiny Ball Z, the best Team NA faced their most challenging opponent yet. Palindrome was deleted after as
my work schedule goes out.
Grandmaster Tournament of Power. Enraged, Anticross attempted to sunset all of mankind and was vanquished by Ultracross. Or so we thought.
There might be updates.
Oh, definitely. There's definitely be an update.
I have to like log back in when there's updates.
Let's see. I am working the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th. 4th is Labor Day weekend or Labor Day. So I'm gonna be working that week.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you know what times you're working?
No, it's just that they were scheduled for that day, not the time yet.
I mean, I probably won't be able to do it. All right. So we're just waiting to get an update.